All is not well in the marriage of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Harry has met someone who is his age, with whom he is in love, and who is in love with him.
This union just ain't gonna last.
If it does last another 3 or 4 years, it'd be a miracle.
The people in the United Kingdom still don't like you. Like, why would you even go back to the UK?
I don't want the marriage to go pop, because then we're gonna have this whiny little wanker back in the United Kingdom, back demanding security paid for by us. No, honestly, Harry has met some new type of companion in Montecito, a female companion who he loves. She insists, by the way, for legal reasons, that they are not having an affair, but certainly this is something that she says Meghan has found out about and is not happy about.
Reports now claim Meghan Markle made a discovery on Prince Harry's phone that has sparked a wave of fresh royal speculation. What she allegedly came across has fueled claims of private messages, another woman, and growing tension behind closed doors at exactly the moment their California life appears to be hitting serious turbulence. While none of these allegations have been independently verified, they have quickly become one of the most talked about stories surrounding the couple, leaving many people wondering whether this could mark a major turning point for their future together. Royal commentator Lady Colin Campbell has claimed the messages were connected to a woman living near Montecito, someone Harry allegedly developed an emotional bond with over time. No evidence has been made public, the contents of the reported messages have not been released, and the woman has not been identified. Even so, the timing of these claims has added even more pressure to a marriage already facing constant public scrutiny, making the story impossible for royal watchers to ignore.
Meghan is livid, but I'm going to quote, but not enough to give up on her brand, which includes Harry's connection to the king, nor is Harry about to leave his children, whom he loves dearly.
She uses a very careful phrase, the veil is lifting, in terms of Harry's feelings about Meghan.
Harry has met someone who is his age, with whom he is in love, and who is in love with him. Meghan found out about it, according to my sources of information, after she discovered texts on Harry's phone.
Meghan was reportedly furious. No affair has been proven, no messages have been released, and the woman has not been identified. But the allegation has landed at the worst possible moment. Harry is reportedly looking back toward Britain. America has cooled on the Sussexes, and their California life suddenly looks dangerously unstable. This is Meghan's nightmare. Not a public scandal she can manage, but a private connection she cannot control. For years, Harry and Meghan sold the image of two people standing together against everyone else. They walked away together, criticized the institution together, signed deals together, appeared together, and built their marriage into the center of their entire public brand. But now, Harry is reportedly looking back toward Britain, while Meghan is allegedly looking through his phone and asking one brutal question.
He was more than happy to slam the British people, to decry us as racist, to suggest that we were backward, to claim that we hated his wife. He was more than happy to do that when he believed, Pete Diner, he was never going to need to come back.
18 months ago, I spoke to a communications professional on Team Sussex who said to me, Harry's never coming back to the UK. He has no interest in it, to live. Never coming back to the UK, loves his life in California. He's here forever. And that has completely changed, hasn't it? Just turned around quite quietly while we've all been looking at other things that, you know, their eyes are on Europe again and the UK.
And as a result, that's why we're getting a charm offensive focused on Brits rather than yanks. Part of me thinks the best punishment for him, Kelvin, is to actually have to live in perpetuity with one of the worst women to ever exist.
Who has he been speaking to? Harry is not just complaining about America anymore. He is looking back toward the life he abandoned. The American dream they promoted has cooled dramatically. The huge excitement that followed their royal exit is gone. Their major deals did not create the unstoppable empire they promised. Their public appearances no longer dominate American culture. Harry arrived in California as one of the most famous men in the world. Now reports say he is discussing a part-time return to the country he once appeared determined to leave behind. This is not a small case of homesickness. It is a total reversal. Not long ago, the idea of Prince Harry moving back to Britain seemed completely off the table. Around 18 months ago,
it's due to them. They didn't produce good work. And you know what? You got a failing grade and they're sort of failing at life too.
Really, the marriage is not in a strong place anymore. I don't think he's ever wanted to be estranged from his family. I think when he was madly in love with Meghan, he could be blind enough to choose her. Now things are different, and the veil is lifting. Significant 4 words in this whole article. The veil is lifting. That is talking about how Harry feels about Meghan.
When it came to the move to Hollywood, I mean, we all knew this really wasn't Harry's idea. And leaving the royal family wasn't Harry's idea. I think Harry would have been perfectly fine to stay in the royal family for the rest of his life. But Meghan just kept whispering in his ear. And of course, she was manipulating him.
people reportedly connected to the Sussex camp insisted he had no interest in ever returning to live in the UK. California was described as his permanent home, America was said to be his future, and the royal chapter of his life appeared firmly closed. Now that message seems to have shifted in a big way. Harry is reportedly hoping to spend more time in Britain, make regular visits, and rebuild a stronger connection with the life he once left behind. That dramatic change alone has raised plenty of questions about what may be happening behind the scenes. This was not simply a change in travel plans. If the reports are accurate, it represents a change in the direction Harry may want his future to take. At the same time, speculation surrounding the alleged phone messages has added another layer to the conversation. On their own, claims about a new female friend do not prove a marriage is falling apart. A plan to spend more time in Britain alone does not prove Harry wants to leave Meghan.
Meghan Markle sold Harry a dream. And as he's figuring out, maybe that dream was really a nightmare. And maybe that dream was really about fulfilling Meghan's needs, wants, and desires, and not theirs as a family.
I just don't see how they think they're going to have another shot in the UK, because things have not changed for them. They have gotten worse for them in the UK. How can you want to come back?
We haven't enjoyed it, and we do not forget it, and we will not forget it. Okay? And we're not going to forgive either. Because you can't bring the late Queen Elizabeth II back and allow her to live her last couple of years in peace. Likewise, Prince Philip. However, there is a wider plan at play, and that is still to unveil. Archie and Lily on UK soil during the Invictus Games next year.
But place those two reported developments side by side, and the picture becomes far more complicated. Some commentators have suggested Harry may be searching for emotional comfort outside his marriage, while also considering a future that could keep him in Britain for longer periods, placing even greater distance between him and Meghan. Whether those suggestions are accurate remains unverified, but they have fueled intense discussion. The explosive allegation was presented carefully. The report claims Harry met a woman close to his own age, that a meaningful emotional connection reportedly developed, and that Meghan allegedly became aware of it after seeing messages on his phone. It does not accuse Harry of having a confirmed affair. That distinction is important. A close friendship is not the same as proof of cheating. Private messages are not proof of a physical relationship, and claims from a single source should not be treated as established fact. Even so, the allegation leaves Meghan facing a difficult question that many observers have been asking. Why would Harry need another woman to become his emotional refuge if his marriage was still working the way they wanted the public to believe? What did those messages allegedly say? How often were Harry and this woman speaking? Was Meghan shocked by the tone, the frequency, or the emotional closeness? Did she find ordinary conversations between two friends? Or did she discover a side of Harry that she felt had disappeared from their own relationship? Those unanswered questions have only added to the speculation surrounding the reports. Nobody outside that circle knows. But according to the claim, Meghan did not brush it off. She was reportedly furious, and that reaction suggests the alleged friendship may have felt serious enough to threaten the balance inside their home. One detail continues to stand out in all of these reports. The woman at the center of the speculation has never been publicly identified. That may be one reason the story has attracted so much attention. This is not a well-known actress photographed beside Harry on a red carpet, or someone whose daily routine is followed by paparazzi. According to the claim, she has remained completely out of the spotlight, making the situation appear even more mysterious. None of the allegations have been independently verified, but the lack of public information has only fueled more questions and curiosity. The report places her in the Montecito area, physically close enough to Harry's daily life to reportedly become part of his private world. If that claim is accurate, it would mean any conversations or meetings could happen away from flashing cameras, public appearances, and constant media attention. That means conversations could happen without photographers, without publicists, and without Meghan standing beside him. A quiet friendship can develop in places the public never sees, especially during periods when a relationship is already facing pressure. Some commentators have suggested that this possibility is exactly why the reports have generated so much discussion. Meghan may reportedly worry about someone who simply listens while Harry talks about California, his frustrations, his regrets, his changing priorities, and the royal life he once walked away from. She may also reportedly be concerned about someone who does not expect him to perform for an audience, promote another project, protect a public image, or present the picture of a perfectly united couple every time cameras appear. That kind of private connection, if it exists, could naturally attract attention because it is so different from the highly public life the Sussexes have lived for years. Harry does not need another Hollywood partnership. Some royal watchers believe he may instead be searching for someone who simply understands what he's going through, and the reports have led to speculation that Meghan may fear he has found that kind of emotional support elsewhere. Whether that is true remains unconfirmed, but it has become part of the wider conversation. And where does Meghan fit into that possible shift? She did not leave Britain expecting to return as Harry's supporting wife. The move to America was widely seen as the beginning of a completely different future. Hollywood was expected to open new doors. Streaming platforms were expected to compete for major projects. Influential figures were expected to embrace Meghan as a global star. Few imagined a future where she would be making frequent trips across the Atlantic while Harry focused on rebuilding his connection with Britain. She imagined Harry's royal fame helping power her American rise, but Harry now reportedly appears to want something very different. He wants Britain back in his life. He wants the familiarity, the status, the attention, and the sense of importance he once experienced there. He may never fully recover the role he once held, but he could still try to recapture the feeling of being Prince Harry on British soil. California made him famous for leaving. Britain could make him feel important again. In California, he is Meghan Markle's husband at celebrity events. Everything changes the moment Harry steps back onto British soil as a returning prince rather than another celebrity living in California. For many royal observers, that shift in identity could carry enormous emotional weight after years of watching the role that once defined him gradually fade into the background. Whether that feeling is enough to reshape his future remains uncertain, but it helps explain why reports about spending more time in Britain have attracted so much attention. Would Meghan travel with him every time? Would she genuinely want to spend weeks trying to rebuild relationships with a country she spent years openly criticising? Would she happily sit beside Harry while Britain once again becomes the centre of his attention? Or would she remain in California, focused on her own projects, while Harry gradually builds a separate routine across the Atlantic? Those are practical questions rather than wild theories. If one person spends increasing amounts of time in Britain while the other stays in California, daily life naturally begins to look very different. Two homes can mean separate schedules. Separate schedules can create more distance, and more distance can leave extra space for private friendships to grow, whether innocent or otherwise. That possibility alone has become part of the wider speculation surrounding the couple. Harry's public appearances have also fueled fresh discussion. Some commentators have noted that Harry often speaks passionately about being a father while saying much less about being a husband. By itself, that does not prove anything. People naturally choose different words in different interviews depending on the subject. But when a marriage is already surrounded by reports of tension, even small changes in language can begin attracting far more attention than they otherwise would. Meghan's absence begins drawing more questions. Harry's solo appearances begin looking less temporary. Every event attended alone becomes another reason for people to wonder whether the united image they carefully presented for years is beginning to change. At the same time, one report claims Meghan would not simply walk away, even if she was deeply upset. According to that account, too much may still depend on keeping the partnership intact. Whether that claim is accurate remains unverified, but it has become one of the most talked about parts of the story. Harry is not just Meghan's husband. He is also a central part of the public identity the couple built together over the years. Without Harry, Meghan would still be a well-known public figure, but the royal connection that has long surrounded product launches, interviews, documentaries, and public appearances would naturally become very different. That possibility has led many royal commentators to question what the future of the Sussex brand would look like if the relationship were ever to change. The marriage has often been presented as the foundation of their public story. Their relationship helped explain their royal exit. Their shared experiences shaped interviews, documentaries, public appearances, and commercial partnerships. If that marriage were ever to break down publicly, many people would inevitably revisit the decisions they made together and re-examine the promises that followed. Meghan could no longer point to the marriage as proof they risked everything to build a stronger life together. Harry could no longer argue that leaving Britain achieved the future he hoped to create for his family in exactly the way it was originally presented. Every major decision since their royal exit would likely come under fresh scrutiny, and every promise would face renewed questions. That possibility alone could give Meghan a powerful reason to fight for control, even if she's angry. According to the reports, Meghan's priority may now be restoring control before the speculation grows even louder. She may want the reported female friendship to end. She may want answers about every message. She may want Harry back at her side during public appearances. And she may hope another display of unity can slow the growing rumors before they become even harder to manage. A smiling appearance can bury questions for a few days. A carefully staged interview can redirect the story. But public performances cannot erase private resentment. Harry also has reasons to stay. He built his new life around this marriage. Walking away would mean admitting the dream failed. It would mean accepting that the freedom he celebrated did not give him the peace he expected. It would also force him to confront years of public battles without knowing whether Meghan was still standing beside him. That is a difficult position. Staying may feel unhappy, but leaving could expose every mistake. That is the trap. Marriage problems do not always lead to an immediate breakup. Couples can remain together long after trust begins to weaken. Public brands can survive even after personal relationships change. Appearances can continue while private conversations become strained. Harry and Meghan do not need to be happy every day to keep the Sussex brand moving. They only need to believe separation would cost more than staying together. A stronger connection to Britain could also give Harry something he has reportedly been missing. It gives him somewhere to go, something to rebuild, and an identity that does not depend entirely on Meghan. Even a part-time arrangement could shift the balance between them. Harry would no longer need every opportunity to come through Meghan's American network. He could build his own schedule, his own circle, and his own public role. Some commentators believe that possibility may concern Meghan even more than the reported messages themselves. A woman living near Montecito can be questioned. A friendship can be examined. A phone can be checked. But Britain is far bigger than one person. It represents Harry's past, his royal status, long-time friendships, confidence, and the life he may now regret leaving behind. Meghan can demand the phone. She cannot erase Britain. For years, Harry acted as though California had replaced everything Britain once gave him. He had sunshine, privacy, money, celebrity friends, streaming deals, and a mansion. But the excitement faded. The project slowed. The invitations became less impressive. The American public moved on. From the outside, Harry's California life may still appear glamorous, but some commentators now question whether it has become far less fulfilling than it once seemed. The luxury, celebrity connections, and high-profile lifestyle remain, yet reports have fueled speculation that something important may still be missing. None of those claims have been confirmed, but they have prompted renewed debate over whether the future Harry envisioned after leaving royal life has truly matched the reality he's living today. Now, he reportedly appears to be asking whether the move delivered everything he expected. Did he gain freedom, or did he lose a sense of purpose? Did he escape one form of pressure, or simply trade it for another? Did he create a completely new identity, or has he gradually become a supporting figure in Meghan's Hollywood ambitions? Those questions naturally attract even more attention when reports also claim another woman may have become an important source of emotional support. The claim about mutual feelings is especially significant. The allegation does not describe a casual neighbor who occasionally says hello. Instead, it describes a connection that reportedly carries genuine emotional weight. Again, none of that has been proven. But if Meghan believes even part of the allegation, she may view the reported friendship as a sign that Harry is becoming emotionally distant. A husband can remain in the same home while quietly imagining a different future. According to the speculation, Harry may already be considering what that future could look like. More time in Britain, fewer commitments connected to Meghan's projects, and a circle of people who simply see him as Harry rather than part of a public brand. A woman who allegedly understands him. A public role that brings attention without requiring Meghan to stand beside him. Put those reported developments together, and it becomes easier to understand why some commentators believe Meghan could feel increasingly concerned. At the same time, she is far from powerless. She has long demonstrated an ability to shape public messaging and respond strategically whenever intense media attention surrounds the couple. She could present herself as the supportive wife, standing beside a husband facing difficult choices. She could frame Harry's return to Britain as a shared family decision rather than a personal separation. She could appear beside him at key events and challenge claims that they are living increasingly separate lives. She could also launch another project, capable of shifting media attention towards an entirely different conversation. Those possibilities remain, available if the couple chooses that path. This is the sentence Meghan may fear most. The veil is lifting. Some reports suggest Harry may now be viewing Meghan and the decisions they made together from a different perspective. That phrase carries weight because it implies his unquestioning loyalty may no longer be as strong as it once appeared. The man who defended nearly every decision may now be asking who ultimately benefited the most. The man who once followed Meghan to California may now be pulling her back toward Britain, whether she likes it or not. Meghan cannot easily win that argument. if she refuses to support the reported UK plan. Some people may see her as preventing Harry from reconnecting with the place where he still feels most significant. If she agrees, she could find herself returning to a country where she has less influence and receives less public support. If she remains in California while Harry spends more time in Britain, questions about the distance between them may only become louder. Every possible path appears to create another challenge, and the alleged female friend remains at the center of that growing pressure. Every time Harry's phone lights up, Meghan may reportedly find herself wondering who is on the other end of the conversation. According to the speculation surrounding this story, she may question whether he is messaging the same woman again, or whether those conversations have become more important than they should be. None of those claims have been confirmed. But once doubt enters a relationship, even an ordinary notification can suddenly carry much more meaning. She may wonder whether Harry shares future plans with that woman before discussing them at home. She may question whether the reported friendship encourages him to spend more time in Britain, or rethink decisions he once supported alongside Meghan. Again, there is no public evidence confirming any of that. But when trust begins to weaken, unanswered questions can become just as powerful as confirmed answers. The couple also cannot easily escape the financial pressure surrounding their lifestyle. Maintaining a large estate, security, travel, professional staff, public relations, and business ventures requires continued commercial success. When major business opportunities slow down, personal pressure often becomes harder to hide. Every project that falls short creates fresh scrutiny. Every expensive decision invites more criticism. Every reported discussion about Britain starts looking less like nostalgia and more like an attempt to reconnect with something that once gave Harry a stronger sense of purpose. Some commentators believe Meghan may see Harry as risking the future she hoped to build. Others believe Harry may now be questioning whether the future he was promised ever matched reality. Meghan wanted Hollywood. Harry left Britain behind. The opportunities they expected did not unfold as many anticipated. Now Harry reportedly wants to strengthen his connection with Britain again, while Meghan may see that shift as moving away from the life they built together. That kind of conflict rarely has a simple solution. Meghan cannot recreate the excitement that surrounded their first months in America. Harry cannot simply return to Britain and recover everything that changed after his royal departure. If the reported friendship exists, Meghan may not be able to dismiss it simply because someone describes it as innocent. At the same time, the Sussex public image becomes more difficult to maintain if the couple ultimately wants different futures. Their next public appearance will naturally attract enormous attention. Will they appear together, smiling confidently and presenting a united front? Or will Harry continue making more solo appearances while Meghan focuses on separate projects? Will sources close to the couple once again insist everything is perfectly fine? Every public move from this point forward is likely to be examined for clues, whether those clues actually exist or not. The biggest unanswered question remains the same. If Harry truly wants to spend more time in Britain, what is driving that decision? Is it homesickness? Is it changing opportunities in America? Is it a desire to reconnect with family and the role that once defined him? Or is it simply a combination of several different factors? No one outside Harry's inner circle can answer those questions with certainty. A changing American chapter could naturally make Britain seem more appealing. Personal challenges could make familiar surroundings feel comforting again. Reports of an emotional friendship, whether ultimately accurate or not, have only intensified public interest in the story. Right now, many developments appear to be happening at once. Meghan reportedly found messages that left her upset. Harry is reportedly considering spending more time in Britain. Public attention surrounding the Sussexes continues to evolve. Their careers increasingly seem to be following different paths, and more solo appearances have encouraged even more speculation. Whether these events are connected remains impossible to confirm from the outside. It is also important to remember that much of this story is based on claims, commentary, and unnamed sources, rather than verified public evidence. The reported messages have not been released, The woman has not been publicly identified. Harry and Meghan have not confirmed these allegations. Future events could support some claims, contradict them, or reveal a far more complicated reality than today's headlines suggest. Even so, timing often shapes public perception. Reports about Harry looking toward Britain have surfaced at the same time. Allegations about the reported friendship continue circulating. That overlap is one reason the story has attracted so much attention. Whatever the truth turns out to be, the next few months could be significant for Harry and Meghan. Their public appearances, future projects, travel plans, and any official statements will likely be watched more closely than ever before. Whether they emerge stronger together or continue moving in different directions remains a story that is still unfolding. What do you think? Are these reported developments simply another round of royal speculation? Or do you believe they point to a much bigger shift in Harry and Meghan's future? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy in-depth royal stories, ongoing updates, and thoughtful discussions like this one, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next report.